What if I told you that there's a country where it's illegal to die in a certain town, a nation where you can mail a letter using banana stamps, and a place where the national sport involves chasing cheese down a hill? The world is absolutely packed with mind-blowing facts that will make you question everything you thought you knew about our planet. Get ready, because in the next 10 minutes, your brain is about to go on the most incredible journey around the globe. You're watching Mind of the World, and this is part one of our epic adventure discovering one incredible fact about every single country on Earth. If you love learning things that make you say, "Wait, that's actually real," then hit subscribe right now and smash that like button. Drop a comment telling me which continent you're watching from, because I want to see just how far this video reaches. Let's start our journey in the land down under and work our way around the world. Trust me, you're going to want to stay until the end, because the facts only get crazier. Australia has a fence that stretches longer than the distance from London to New York. The Dingo fence runs for 5,614 kilometers, making it the longest fence on Earth. It was built to keep dingoes away from fertile land in the southeast. Imagine building something so massive just to keep wild dogs on one side. Australians don't do anything small. New Zealand has more sheep than people, and it's not even close. There are approximately 5 sheep for every single human being in the country. That means if sheep could vote, they'd run the government. New Zealand could literally be a sheep democracy. Fiji is one of the happiest countries on Earth, and scientists think it's because of something called Fiji time. The concept means that schedules are flexible, stress is low, and relationships matter more than rushing. When someone says they'll arrive at Fiji time, they mean they'll get there when they get there, and everyone's okay with that. Papua New Guinea is the most linguistically diverse country in the entire world. Over 800 different languages are spoken there. That means you could spend your entire life just learning the languages of this one country and never finish. A village on one mountain might speak a completely different language than the village on the next mountain. Tonga is the only Pacific island nation that was never formally colonized by a European power. The Tongan monarchy has continued unbroken for over 1,000 years. While empires rose and fell around the world, Tonga just kept doing its own thing. Samoa was the first country in the world to see each new day because of its position near the international date line. Every single morning, Samoans wake up before anyone else on the planet. If you want to be first at something, move to Samoa. Vanuatu has underwater post offices where you can actually mail waterproof postcards. Divers swim down, put their postcards in, and they get delivered around the world with a special underwater postmark. It's the only place where being a postal worker requires scuba certification. Solomon Islands has money that includes dolphins. Their coins feature dolphins because these intelligent creatures are deeply important to the local culture. Imagine paying for your groceries with dolphin money. Micronesia uses giant stone discs as traditional currency. These stone coins, called rai, can be up to 4 meters in diameter. The interesting part is that ownership can transfer without the stone physically moving. Everyone just agrees that it now belongs to someone else. It's like ancient blockchain technology. Palau has a lake filled with millions of golden jellyfish. And here's the magical part. They've evolved to be completely stingless. You can swim among millions of jellyfish without any danger. It's called Jellyfish Lake, and it looks like something from another planet. Marshall Islands has the largest shark sanctuary on Earth. The area is nearly 2 million square kilometers of protected ocean where sharks can live without fear of fishing. It's like an underwater national park the size of Mexico. Nauru is one of the smallest countries in the world, and at one point it was the richest country on Earth per capita because of phosphate mining. The entire nation is only 21 square kilometers. You could walk across the whole country in a few hours. Kiribati is the only country in the world that sits in all 4 hemispheres simultaneously. It's in the northern, southern, eastern, and western hemispheres all at once. The country is so spread out across the Pacific that it spans an enormous area of ocean. Tuvalu makes significant money from its internet domain. Because the country's code is TV, television companies and streaming services pay Tuvalu millions of dollars to use website addresses ending in .tv. A tiny Pacific nation accidentally got the perfect internet real estate. Now let's hop over to Asia, where the facts get even more incredible. Japan has more vending machines per capita than any other country. There are over 5 million vending machines selling everything from hot ramen to fresh eggs to umbrellas to business cards. You could theoretically live your entire life in Japan buying everything from vending machines. South Korea has an entire government department dedicated to preparing for potential reunification with North Korea. They've been planning for decades, including everything from economic integration to family reunification programs. It's like having a detailed plan for a party that might happen someday. China built the world's longest bridge over water. The Danyang-Kunshan Grand Bridge stretches for over 164 kilometers. You could start driving across it, stop for lunch, take a nap, and still not be at the other side. Mongolia has the lowest population density of any country. There are only about 2 people per square kilometer. You could walk for hours and not see another human being. If you like personal space, Mongolia is your paradise. Vietnam has a cave so big that it has its own weather system inside. Sun Dung Cave has clouds forming inside it, jungles growing in it, and a river running through it. You could fit an entire New York City block inside the largest chamber. Thailand has never been colonized by any European power, making it the only Southeast Asian country to maintain continuous independence. The name Thailand actually means land of the free, and they've lived up to it. Philippines has an island within a lake within an island within a lake within an island. Vulcan Point is inside a crater lake on Volcano Island, which is inside Taal Lake on the main island of Luzon. It's like a geographical nesting doll. Indonesia has over 17,000 islands. But here's the amazing part. About 6,000 of them don't even have names yet. You could theoretically discover an island and name it yourself. Malaysia has the largest flower in the world. The Rafflesia can grow over 1 meter in diameter and weighs up to 11 kilograms. The only catch is that it smells like rotting flesh to attract pollinating flies. Beauty comes with a price. Singapore is both a city and a country at the same time. The entire nation is essentially one city-state, making it one of only 3 true city-states in the modern world. Everything is incredibly organized, incredibly clean, and incredibly efficient. Brunei has free education and free healthcare for all citizens, and there's no income tax. The Sultan of Brunei is one of the wealthiest people on earth and has a car collection of over 7,000 vehicles, including gold-plated models. Cambodia has a flag that features an actual building. Angkor Wat appears on the Cambodian flag, making it one of the only flags in the world to showcase architectural heritage so prominently. Laos is the most heavily bombed country in history per capita. During the Vietnam War era, over 2 million tons of bombs were dropped. Today, unexploded bombs are being turned into jewelry, boats, and building materials by creative locals. Myanmar has the largest book in the world. The Kuthada Pagoda contains 729 marble slabs with Buddhist scriptures, each housed in its own small white temple. Reading the whole thing would take about 15 days non-stop. Bangladesh has the longest natural beach in the world. Cox's Bazar stretches for over 120 kilometers of uninterrupted sandy beach. You could walk for days and still have more beach ahead of you. Bhutan measures success not by GDP, but by gross national happiness. The government literally has policies designed to maximize the happiness of citizens rather than just economic output. Imagine politicians asking not whether they made money, but whether they made people smile. Nepal is the only country with a non-rectangular flag. It's made of 2 triangular pennants stacked on top of each other, representing the Himalayan mountains and the 2 major religions of the country. Every other nation went with rectangles, but Nepal said no thanks. Sri Lanka was the first country in the world to have a female prime minister. Sirimavo Bandaranaike took office in 1960, showing the world that leadership knows no gender. Maldives is the flattest country on Earth. The highest natural point is only about 2 meters above sea level. If you're afraid of heights, this is literally the safest country on the planet. India has a postal service that delivers mail by boat, by helicopter, by camel, and even by mule in remote Himalayan regions. The Indian postal system reaches over 600,000 villages, making it one of the most widespread delivery networks in human history. Pakistan has the second highest mountain in the world, K2, and many climbers consider it more challenging than Everest. The mountain is so difficult that it has a much higher fatality rate, earning it the nickname Savage Mountain. Afghanistan has a sport called buzkashi where teams on horseback compete to grab a goat carcass and carry it to a goal. It's like polo but significantly more intense and has been played for centuries. Let's journey into the Middle East and Central Asia, where ancient history meets incredible modern achievements. United Arab Emirates has an indoor ski slope in the middle of the desert. You can literally go skiing in a mall while it's 50 degrees Celsius outside. The temperature difference between inside and outside can be over 70 degrees. Saudi Arabia has 0 permanent rivers. It's the largest country in the world without a single permanent natural river. All water comes from underground sources, desalination plants, or seasonal rainfall. Qatar has the highest GDP per capita in the world. The tiny peninsula nation has transformed from a desert fishing community to one of the wealthiest places on Earth in just a few decades. The transformation happened within a single generation. Kuwait has one of the largest oil reserves relative to its size. The country is so small you could drive across it in about 2 hours, yet beneath the sand lies an ocean of oil. Bahrain was home to the ancient land of Dilmun, which the Sumerians called the Garden of the Gods. Some historians believe it might be connected to legends of paradise. When ancient civilizations thought of heaven, they might have been thinking of Bahrain. Oman has a village that receives no direct sunlight for 3 months of the year. The village of Al-Suqa is surrounded by mountains so tall that the sun simply cannot reach it during winter. Residents celebrate when sunlight finally returns. Yemen is home to Socotra Island, which has plants and trees found nowhere else on Earth. The dragon blood trees look like giant umbrellas or something from a science fiction movie. Scientists call it the most alien-looking place on Earth. Jordan has a city carved entirely from rock. Petra was hidden from the Western world until 1812 and contains elaborate temples, tombs, and structures carved directly into pink sandstone cliffs over 2,000 years ago. Israel has more museums per capita than any other country and also holds the record for highest number of scientific publications per capita. It's a nation deeply committed to both preserving the past and advancing the future. Palestine has some of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in human history. Jericho has evidence of human settlement going back over 11,000 years, making it one of the places where civilization itself began. Lebanon has been making wine for over 6,000 years, making it one of the oldest wine-producing regions in the world. When your ancestors were first figuring out agriculture, Lebanese ancestors were already enjoying wine. Syria has Aleppo, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. People have lived there for at least 8,000 years. The same location has seen countless civilizations rise and fall. Iraq is home to the cradle of civilization where writing was invented. The Sumerians in ancient Mesopotamia created the first known writing system over 5,000 years ago. Every book, every message, every social media post traces back to what started in Iraq. Iran has one of the oldest continuously operating universities in the world. The University of Al-Qarawiyyi has been teaching students since 859 AD, over 1,000 years before most modern universities existed. Turkey has a city on 2 continents. Istanbul is the only major city in the world that straddles 2 continents, with part in Europe and part in Asia. You can literally have breakfast in Asia and lunch in Europe. Armenia was the first country to adopt Christianity as its state religion way back in 301 AD. That's over 1,700 years of continuous Christian heritage. Georgia has the oldest evidence of wine production in the world, dating back 8,000 years. While we credited Lebanon earlier for 6,000 years, Georgian wine traditions go even further back. Wine is practically in Georgian DNA. Azerbaijan has mud volcanoes that produce flames and can shoot mud hundreds of meters into the air. The country has more mud volcanoes than anywhere else on Earth, creating an otherworldly landscape. Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country in the world. It's so massive that it spans 5 time zones, yet it has no access to any ocean. You could drive for days and never reach the sea. Uzbekistan has two of the oldest cities in the world, Samarkand and Bokhara. These cities were already ancient when Alexander the Great visited them. Walking through their streets is like walking through living history. Turkmenistan has a burning crater that has been on fire for over 50 years. The door to hell, as it's called, was created when a Soviet drilling rig collapsed. Engineers set it on fire thinking it would burn out in weeks. It's still burning today. Kyrgyzstan is covered by mountains, with over 90% of the country elevated above 1,000 meters. The entire nation is basically one big mountain range with valleys in between. Tajikistan has a road called the Pamir Highway, considered one of the most dangerous and beautiful roads in the world. Drivers navigate narrow mountain paths at extreme altitudes with stunning views. We've covered Asia, Oceania, and the Middle East, and we're just getting started. Part 2 will take us through Africa, Europe, and the Americas with even more mind-blowing facts. Here's what I want you to do right now. First, subscribe to Mind of the World if you haven't already because Part 2 is coming soon and you don't want to miss it. Second, smash that like button to let me know you enjoyed this journey. Third, comment below with the fact that surprised you the most and tell me which country you want to learn more about in future videos. The world is full of incredible stories waiting to be discovered. Every country, no matter how big or small, has something unique that makes it special. Learning about these differences doesn't divide us. It shows us how wonderfully diverse our planet is and gives us more reasons to appreciate each other. This has been Mind of the World. Stay curious, keep exploring, and I'll see you in Part 2.